Hello there guys, what is up? My name is Possum and welcome to the very first episode of Crawl to Division 1. For those of you that don't know what that is, you can see the team just behind me there with De Gea, Skirtle, Vidic, Samuel, Fletcher, Cambiasso, Januzaj, Cassano, Totti, Pell and Almari at this stage, but I will change that to Luca Toni because I did have Luca Toni originally, didn't like him at first, put Almari in and then realised how effective Toni actually was in his position, but I'll go into that when I actually bring Toni back. But basically what the series is, for those of you who don't know, I'm going to start at the very start of Division 10, no games played whatsoever, and I'm going to try and win Division 1 using this team only. For those of you that don't really know the players that I'm using, the fastest player there is Januzaj with 67 pace. Everyone else has a really low pace. I think there's 3 players, him, Cambiasso and Skirtle, the only players that have above 60 pace, and then he's the fastest with 67. Everyone else is below that. This is the first team I ended up playing against. Marco Reus, Lewandowski, Gundogan, Muller, Neuer, Subotic is a beast. I mean, Howardez is also a beast. Draxler is unbelievable. Cruz a bit slow, but also a great player. I really wasn't expecting such a good team down in Division 10. Then again, I am playing with an informed, so what do you know? But yeah, this was one of those games where just nothing went my way. Tons of chances on goal. Neuer would make saves. Like save after save after save, and then also it was just one of those games that no matter how many times you would tackle your opponent, they would always win the ball back. You'd go in for a tackle and you'd kick it out of play even though you tackled them on the halfway line. You'd fucking tackle them, and then the player that you've just tackled will run into you and just push you back away from the ball while another player would come in and take the ball. And it was just really quite frustrating. I don't know if it was a connection thing or what, but I felt this game was making it very, very difficult for me to actually do anything. But without further ado, I'll jump into some highlights so you can see what happened in the game. Now, due to a lack of pace in the team, you really do have to sort of build up the play very slowly, as you can imagine, and not too far into the game, 8 minutes in, we had this really nice attack, some great build-up play, tried to slip it through, but Almari just not quite being fast enough to get there to be able to put it underneath Neuer. Managed to win the ball first, but like I say, couldn't quite get it under Neuer, and that was the first of many chances that I really could have done something with. But like I said before, Neuer was just on ridiculous form. There's another save from him from a great header from Samuel right in the corner. But Neuer thinks nothing of it and parries it away. I also had another great chance here. Now I was absolutely kicking myself after this because I really felt that I should have done something a bit better with this. I ended up finding Totti here, who's got a phenomenal right foot, great shot. Probably should have just gone straight and drilled it as hard as I could into that top corner, but instead decided to go for the finesse. And again, Neuer manages to get across and get his hand to that. But like I say, I was a bit annoyed because I really should have done something better with that. That should have been a goal. Now the second half is really where the crappy tackle thing came in. Like here, look at that, great tackle, bounces off another player running to the ball. He wins it back. I tackle him again, and he wins it straight back. And I was getting so bloody pissed off, because like that would happen every tackle, that when I did eventually win the ball, I'd fuck it up and kick it away, because I was clicking A, trying to fucking tackle as hard as I could, and it was just really, really frustrating. This next one was also ridiculous. If you look at how well Januzaj comes straight square on with Reus, and somehow the ball ends up going behind Januzaj, and Reus isn't flawed. He's able to just quickly nip round, perfect agility, and pick up the frickin' spare ball. It's like, how did Januzaj not win the ball there? Absolutely perfect positioning on the tackle, yet the ball still goes to him. Now, late on in the game, I attempted what I guess you could call a counter-attack with this team, although they're very slow, so it was a very slow counter-attack. Came forward with Pell, and then an awful strike. I was aiming just on that near post, and for some reason he hit it way too far across, straight at Manuel Neuer, which of course then led to them counter-attacking me, which was very frustrating because I had him in my pocket for the whole game. He really didn't have much of, like, any sort of attack, really, up until this point, and of course, the one time I let him in behind my defence, he's able to put it away with Marco Reus. I mean, the amount of times I'd had shots in the box that his defenders were able to slide in the way of and block, and I just didn't get lucky with my one slider. That's the first time I've had to really try and make an effort to properly defend, and of course I get fucked over by it, and the score ends being 1-0, which is an awful start. It's going to be a very, very, very slow crawl to Division 1, but hopefully we'll get there in the end. Hopefully things will turn around soon. Next match, I went up against someone called Why So Bad, which was hilarious because, you know, he's still in Division 10 and playing Nasri at centre defensive mid, God knows why. But again, a really strong team, Willian, Suarez, Nasri, Sturridge, Nani, even Czech in goal. Everyone hates to see Czech in goal because he's an absolute monster and very difficult to get past. But I must say this game definitely went a lot better, a lot better than the last game did anyway. It was actually a fun game to play for starters. The game actually, you know, made passes where I told it to make passes and shot where I told it to shoot. And I won the ball every now and then when I made a fucking tackle. So that was great to see. And just like last time, we'll jump straight into some of the highlights. Now this clip here just goes to show that if you defend well and play the right passes at the right time, you'll be able to score goals with, no matter how slow your players are. Just look at this little ball here from Cassano, absolutely beautiful. Gets in front using his strength. 4-star left foot there from Pele, or Pel, I don't know how you pronounce his name, from Feyenoord. Fantastic little finish. 21 minutes in, going 1-0 up against a team that was of that sort of stature was a very good position to be in. I have a feeling because Nasri's high-low work rates and inability to tackle probably led to that much space being available for me to make a pass. But, you know, I'm still going to take it for what it was. I managed to get past his defence with some very nice moves indeed. Not too soon before half-time. Again, a very similar goal. Manages to win the interception. Little bit of play there from Totti and Pel. Totti has 5-star left foot, but I decided to take it on his strong right foot. Little slip past again. Fantastic goal. And this is the point where my opponent realised that he was getting battered by a bunch of people that can't run very fast. And he has a very, very quick team. And he decides to rage quit, which I found hilarious because I'm just looking at his name there, why so bad, and he's the one that's decided to back out and quit because he's 2-0 down after half an hour of getting absolutely battered by a team of ancient and slow players. So that was enjoyable, and we got 3 points from it, which was obviously a bonus. I mean, I was happy to take 0 points for that just for the amusement of him backing out. But anyway, on to the next game. Now, this third game, the team I played against was one that I was more expecting to face in Division 10, and that is the classic starter pack team with the 3 extra golds that you get. You actually got Davide Santon, which is not a bad pull at all, and that left mid from Dortmund isn't too bad either. I know when I pulled my starter pack, I ended up getting Scott Sinclair, the English left wing from West Brom in the Barclays Premier League, which is a very nice pull indeed for a starter pack, because he's very, very fast, 88 pace I believe. And whilst pace is important, you guys know that it's not everything, since this team is really quite slow. One thing they do have is the ability to pass the ball, apart from Vidic, who's awful as you saw giving it away there. But Januzaj with the tackle, quick 1-2-3 play there. Tony breaking through with his 37 pace, but because he's got such high strength, I think it's 95, he was able to get in front and put that away very nicely indeed. The reason I got rid of Tony in the first place was because of his inability to shoot, but I don't know if that was just the first sort of few games I played with him, but that seems to have gone. I don't know if it's a different card, different chemistry style or something like that that's changed it, but he seems to be scoring goals now, so I'm happy to keep him. And he's a really effective playmaker because when he's up at the top of the pitch, you play a long ball, he can head it down to Pel. He's also in the right place due to medium-low work rate, so you play it to him, he will be there, and then you can make a run on with Pel if you do like an LBX sort of pass. When you've got the ball on Pel, you can still play a quick 1-2, and it's just really effective. There's an example of it. Obviously Pel was just a bit too slow to get there, but it's the kind of sort of play that you'd expect from those two guys. I was on top of my opposition for the whole game. I was constantly applying pressure, as you'll see here with this next goal. I had a feeling he'd play it short. I just moved Pel into the right spot, was able to just drill it straight past the keeper, making it 2-0. A bit of a cheap goal, but then again it was his fault. He did cock up big time, and did give the goal away. Had it been like a lucky deflection, I might have scored an own goal for it or something like that to make up for it, because I don't like scoring crap goals that are totally bullshit. But that was his fault, so I just kept playing, and that made me 2-0 up after 30 minutes. My opposition was clearly getting frustrated at this stage, just mashing past the replays, and I ended up nipping in front again. Look at Tony just taking a touch to the side and slipping it into the practically open goal, making it 3-0 after 32 minutes, and that is the point where my opponent decided he'd had enough and decided to back out of the game, giving me another 3 points. So that's 6 in 3, which isn't bad for this team. I wasn't sure what sort of start I'd end up getting, but it wasn't too bad. That first loss, I felt I played well, so I still have high hopes that I might get fairly far with this team before I decide to kill myself. But yeah, I'll end this episode here because it's getting really quite long. I don't know if you guys, what sort of length of video do you guys want to see? Do you just want to see sort of 5 minutes, just all the goals that happen in the games? Or do you want to see more sort of in-depth stuff, see the play a bit? It's entirely up to you. Let me know what you want to see and I will give that to you. Anyway guys, thank you very much for watching. I've been Possum. Hopefully I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.